I'm looking at the teleprompter and I'm also looking at Apple Music, and we're listening to Elton John.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you. That was louder than I
Sorry.
expected.
I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just remote controlling your glasses.
This is a strange time in consumer gadgetry because tech companies are pushing us toward their vision of a new world. One where you can just have AI information appear in front of your eyes with smart glasses, like these Ray-Ban displays from Meta. If you meet someone who wears these, you might not be able to tell if the person is looking only at you or looking at you with a display floating over your face. So, do people even want this? Google has a version of display glasses coming soon, and rumors say Apple is working on making its own pair. If Apple has the chance to do something different, what can Apple bring to the space to make it feel a little more normal? For this week's Apple Show, I'm talking to CNET editor-at-large Scott Stein, who is fully immersed in all things wearable after covering this space for over a decade. Because I don't know if this is going to be my vision in the next decade. I'm Bridget Carey, and this is One More Thing. Meta's new $800 Ray-Ban display glasses had an odd launch last week. Meta put the glasses on sale, but there have been reports that it's hard to actually find a store to sell you a pair to take home unless you wait weeks for a fitting appointment. So I don't want to make it seem like the new display glasses are really popular, but it is something that tech enthusiasts are following closely to see what direction we are heading in this technology. Meanwhile, a report from Bloomberg had a lot of news outlets buzzing that Apple is shifting some resources away from the Vision Pro and more toward developing AI glasses for the year 2027 to compete with what Meta is doing. And this being an Apple show, we have to see what Apple could bring to this space. Okay, thank you for joining me, Scott. I know you've been testing these for a while. We've been talking while you're testing. Are you seeing me or the display?
I'm seeing you.
Okay.
Why? What does it look like?
No, it looks normal.
Just looks like regular glasses, right?
I
But if I
can't
do
tell.
that, I can bring up the display. So now there's a display that's floating in this eye.
I can't tell.
But if I record like that, shows it's recording.
Okay,
The
yeah.
light goes off.
Yeah,
That's
but
like
that's
the
like
Ray-Bans.
before.
And then the neural band with the gestures. You might notice it, you might not.
You've had a lot of fun playing with this, but why would Apple want to invest in getting into this space and doing something like these display smart glasses?
Part of it may be cost and versus effort for something like this, because the Vision Pro, it's not like they haven't worked in AR and VR already. They already have this bleeding edge, very expensive headset. What are they going to sell to people that doesn't cost $3,500? And I think glasses are the more attainable goal. I mean, Apple has camera tech, they have AirPods and audio tech, and they also work in wearables like watches, and they have the AR VR experience. If they're gonna become a company that's a big player in AI, which right now they're behind in, that's an area that the glasses could be involved with.
Yeah, I keep going through what could Apple do differently and what advantages does it have. Obviously, Meta does not have a phone or a smartwatch, so that's why you're wearing a neural band to do gesture controls. But Apple has an Apple Watch with gesture controls. So where could Apple maybe take it to a point where it might solve some of the hiccups that you find as a gadget reviewer?
Yeah, I mean, some of it may seem redundant if you think about, I'm also wearing AirPods and have a watch, and how many other things do I need to be wearing at the same time? But sometimes that happens. Sometimes one product cannibalizes another product that's out there, but they could use the watch to control the glasses. The neural band is the beginning of that wrist to glasses relationship. And then a lot of things that are holding back smart glasses, like early smartwatches, are the connection with phones. The Ray-Ban displays only run a handful of apps that are Meta's, but Google's doing Android XR, which should have glasses that have a deeper understanding of your phone. And if Apple does that, they could triangulate and do that. I say could because the Vision Pro still doesn't connect with an iPhone, and it doesn't work with the Apple Watch. So, sometimes you think it's going to happen, and then it still takes a while.
All right, we also talked about Vision Pro. It's not a product that's dead, but obviously it's not very desirable right now. It's not very popular, and it's very expensive. So what are some of the, ways that a pair of display glasses can avoid some of the struggles that a Vision Pro had?
I think one is definitely price. $3,500 was always so far beyond anything that I would normally spend money on. So that's a huge problem. But also, I think the Vision Pro is trying to do like almost too many things at once. And I think if the proposition's simpler and it's more affordable, it might make more sense. Like if it's, well, first of all, under $1,000, which hopefully is a given, but also they really work out prescription stuff so that it can work with a lot of people's eyes, which is still a challenge with a lot of smart glasses. Maybe give it extra finesse. Maybe have like zoom modes on the camera or other cool things you could like use the Apple Watch as a viewfinder or who knows what.
Okay, that brings me to this thought about, is this the future of computing or are we on a side quest right now?
Yes, and we're sort of on a side quest. You're right. All of the VR things that are trying to get more to AR and blend the real world, a lot of the missing part is the blending. So I feel like this is the side quest to figure out like contextual AI in the world so it can recognize things and know what to do when you're in a place as opposed to just giving you stuff that doesn't seem aware of where you are.
And also there's just another element of like, will this ever feel normal? There's been times where having a smartphone in our hand wasn't normal, but I'm just wondering what Apple could do so maybe people go, oh yeah, I do want tech on my face, because I don't know if we're there yet.
It's like everything gets weird until suddenly everyone's doing it sometimes. I think about AirPods. Like I remember way back when I wore AirPods the first time. It was a meme. Everyone thought it was absurd. They were like, get those cigarette butts out of your ears, and then everybody's wearing them. I remember saying like kind of like Apple bet on our faces in one. It's already getting more normal to wear smart glasses, even though there's a backlash with the idea of privacy and data and are you recording me, etc. People's reactions to me wearing these out in public is a lot less intense than Google Glass days.
I can't even tell that these have display screens. I don't know when you're looking at some computer overlay on top of me. And
well, that's what's surprising about it. You basically are not aware that it's there, and the way they designed it is only a small area where you can see the reflection.
Do you find that you're kind of venturing into new territory of ethics? Like when you're like, when is it right to be activating your smart glasses and not?
I feel apologetic about it. My wife never knows if I'm talking to her or somebody else or an AI. And now it's like, oh, Scott could be talking like simultaneously. And where is he? Where's Scott?
Are you in the moment?
Am I ever in the moment? Yes, but I do think about that. And I think that when you bring up the display or like this, you're not in the moment. You have a phone on your face.
Do you think Apple needs to partner with a luxury eyeglass designer, a frame maker, or could Apple just do it on their own? It could go either way, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it could be like the Apple Watch bands. Like it could be like a both. Like they could do in-house design and then have like the Hermes they seem to love. Like they'll trot that out or something. What's interesting to me is that everyone is talking about demos for these. The Ray-Ban displays they're setting up demo locations. Apple has the Apple stores. Like I thought for years, like that would be their Warby Parker, spot. You could maybe not get your eyeglass fitting completely there, but you could at least kind of virtually try them out online and then look at models in the store.
Can I hold them?
Yes. Do you want to try them? Because they don't have prescriptions in them. I'm wearing contacts to test them.
Okay, I'm wearing contacts too,
So I will activate.
Ah!
Do you see it?
Yes. Yeah, it just kind of floats there. Oh boy. Well, thank you for putting this into focus for us.
Yeah, of course.
Let us know your big questions, and be sure to check out Scott's coverage of what it's like to use it and follow his experiences with it. And if you are genuinely into Apple doing smart glasses, I want to hear about why in the comments. And I'll catch you next time. There's one more thing.